Niners not on the board again until 1-34. So we got a little bit of time. Here.
He's going punter. Spoiler alert.
I was about to say, first of all, 49ers, you're welcome with what you've gotten. And second of all, Matt Ariza is the pick immediately. And when you bring Matt Ariza in, you don't cut Mitch Wisnowski. You let him sit for a year so he can learn. And when he learns, that's when you make a move off of Mitch Wisnowski. Sorry, guys. I can't resist.
Then why are we even doing this? Just get right to the pick.
I think that's the most solid thing I've heard so far.
I can't resist that joke. It's always going to be there in any turn. But look, let me bring some truth to that pick, right? The 49ers have DJ Jones walk away. They had Javon Kinlaw ready to slot in that spot. The 49ers let Laken Tomlinson walk. They have Aaron Banks to slot in it, right? And it's not them sitting for a year. That's not the plan or anything like that. But it is them thinking ahead. The only other team that I can really find that really has that sort of philosophy is the Ravens. They'll lose a guy and they'll have a guy that they at least feel ready. Now, is he going to be ready? They don't know that. But they do have a guy. They have a separate plan. So the 49ers have thought in that way. So while I make jokes about Trey Lance not starting and being the quarterback, there is a precedent for the 49ers to be doing things like that. So that's really the joke that I'm making more than anything. And I'm not trying to really get people upset or anything like that. At the same time, we're still having fun. At the same time, Matt Ariza, if he's there, it's a steal because he's booming them hoes, as Eric Crocker says, 70 yards down the field, man. And look, you're only as good as your punter. That's it. And for you guys who tell me that hits are important, I need a guy who's going to put guys on the one every single time. Because if you're going to draft a punter, he better be putting them on the one every single time because there's no reason to do that. Sorry.
You know what makes me happy right now is that there might be a couple listeners that don't know how sarcastic you are right now.
Oh, I'm super sarcastic.
They have no clue. They have no clue how sarcastic you are right now.
Like no other. So hey, look, I just love that somebody's like, "Ooh, this guy really likes kickers." That is happening right now. And it makes me
Here's the thing, John. I despise the positions. And I've gotten away from despising the people who play those positions because Robbie Gold shut me all the way up, and he's a GOAT. So he gets to that's it. I completely apologize to Robbie Gold. He gets everything. He can do whatever. Matter of fact, retire his number, put it up in the rafters at this point. I'm just talking about the position itself. It shouldn't be overvalued, and we have a trade on the board. It looks like
we did, but it was another one that was a bunch of hot garbage. It was 40 picks away, and then a 200 pick. It was great. It was absolutely glorious. So. First and foremost here, Jason, what are you thinking?
Cole Strange just went at 131.
Pain. That's pain right there.
That's pain.
You should have been on the phone instead of ranting about a punter.
And see, this is why you don't let the owner get involved in any of these things because the owner, me, would be like, I would be like, what did you do when you drafted Mitch Wisnowski? Dude, you could have traded up. Oh, I'm sorry. That's why you pass this on to the other people. But yeah, Cole Strange going there 3 spots before.
That hurts.
3 spots before.
That's pain. Some awesome players available.
Yeah, there are.
Absolutely.
So I would want you to show me interior O-line at this point. I'm going to be boring. I really am. So we've got, I feel like this is easy and there's no way he's on the board at this point. For me, John's doing this the right way. He's telling you this guy's not going to be on the board. This is exactly what I would do at this point. Me, I'm just going to take the board as what it is, and I'm going to take the easy right out. Cam Jurgens being here at this point would be an absolute steal, and this is exactly what the 49ers would be looking at. If this was the scenario, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan and Jed York would be fighting each other, trying to run this up to the table, and trying to pass up the note. They would be on the clock for maybe 10 seconds before they send this away. And there are things that the 49ers need to address, but I think Jurgens is too good to pass up here. I don't even really want to give too much in terms of speaking about this because it's too perfect. I think Jurgens works here, and I think this is the exact right now. What 49er fans are getting from this is, you're getting some insight in terms of who we like and things like that. But if you're looking at this draft, this right now is a dream all the way through. This is your dream, 49ers fans. As much as you want other draft crushes and you want other guys, you're addressing all of these positions with premium players and guys who can step in right away. And again, this has to do with the simulator. This has to do with the way the draft board is falling. That's fine. But at the same time, this would be an absolute dream scenario. I'm not going to say no more. Cam Jurgens is the pick, and this is easy. And the 49ers are ready to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl based on other things they can do. And no, based on other things they can do in free agency and based on what they're doing right now in the draft. I really don't think that if you let the 49ers walk away with this draft haul, knowing that they can still make these moves later on, it's really going to be a disgusting comparison, because the Packers have taken a step back. The Bucks are whatever they are. And I mean, the Rams who they are, and they won a Super Bowl, sure, give them all the credit, but the margins are this slim. Like they're not exactly blowing the 49ers out the water. The 49ers are doing a great job of the way that they're building their team in terms of never really giving up picks for free agents. And the Rams are doing the way that they are, which is giving up their picks for free agents. But the 49ers have done a great jobb building from the inside in. They're going to continue this. Cam Jurgens is the pick. And the Rams, you're on the clock and you're on the notice now at this point.
Okay. I like it.
Oh, one thing I would like to throw at you guys and see what you guys think about this is Kyle Shanahan's belief in a rookie center or somebody that can develop. We've seen him come in, he signs Weston Richburg, and then eventually they bring in Alex Mack. Do we think that they would go a center in the draft to develop behind Alex Mack, or would they go the veteran route the next year? That's just something I've always taken into consideration. Now, I do really like the pick that you just made. That is fantastic. Jurgens is awesome. But would the 49ers be willing to take a center, or is this a guard pick?
Yeah, let me jump in here and back up my owner, because that's my job. You have Alex Mack coming back. This gives you an opportunity for a 4th round pick, I believe we're at, to have somebody learn and step in. If it doesn't pan out, then guess what? Next offseason, you spend up and you bring somebody in, a free agent. But this lets you in-house see it again. Shanahan red shirts, everybody. And so, let it develop. And if it doesn't work out, it's a 4th round. You got an extra guy in the middle. No big deal. Those dart throws, nothing wrong with that. But yeah, you're right. The only interior offensive lineman that they have picked since they arrived here, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, was Aaron Banks. That's the only one in the first few picks.
The other thing that I'll say is Daniel Brunskill will probably be on this roster, right? Nobody's going to give up a pick to sign Daniel Brunskill at this point because they put the tender on him. Daniel Brunskill can play center. And if you give him an entire offseason and you want to run that way and you want to move in that direction, or if you want to play somebody else in that position, they can. Now, we all believe that Alex Mack is going to be there. I think that Daniel Brunskill isn't as good as Alex Mack, but you can have him step in there. He's that versatile. The 49ers love their versatility when it comes to offensive linemen. You're not here to just play one position. You're here to move around. So that's the thing. You take a shot on Jurgens. If worst case scenario, let's say Alex Mack comes back from his honeymoon and says, you know what, man, I like the married life. I want to stay home, and that's all. Okay, well, you didn't address it when you had the chance. Coach Strange would have been the perfect person, I believe, to be in that position. But you know what? You lost them 3 picks out. But the 49ers would be able to at least play somebody on this roster who has had some success or some sort of experience playing center, and that would be Daniel Brunskill. And you could still take a swing on Cam Jurgens and have that high upside guy.
So here's the only thing before we finalize this thing. So you're pretty dead set. I don't think anyone's swaying you on this. But the reason why I want to bring it up and kind of piggyback off what you had said, Ant, was because it's not just the idea of them usually going after veteran centers, but like you just talked about, Jason, versatility on the O-line, guys who can do multiple things. Would this make Donovan West here maybe the more logical pick, a guy who's played guard and center at both spots and is interchangeable in that sort of way? Do you like that pick more, or is it for you specifically hedging your bets and shoring up against Alex Mack not being available this year or potentially even not being available next year?
Yeah, I think that it's more about what I can project and what I kind of know. And I know Jurgens is the baller, and I know that he can step right into that spot and play well. And that versatility is something that isn't given, and it's not something that can automatically be said, hey, you can do that. Like, for the same people that tell you that somebody who played left tackle their entire time can flip to right tackle and play, no, completely 2 different things at this point. Yep. So yes, you would love that versatility. You would. Again, if Cole Strange was here, I would take Cole Strange over Jurgens, and that's a controversial opinion, because I'm literally telling you in one breath that I would take the guy with the versatility over the short bet, but I'm not going to take the versatility over this short bet, which is Jurgens at this point.
And especially when center's a more premium position than guard. And I would argue, and this is probably your question, I'll pose this to you. If you can play center, you can play guard. But if you can play guard, that doesn't mean you can play center. Would you agree with that?
I agree with that. Yeah, all the way. I believe that. I just seen a tendency, and we know how Kyle Shanahan values these guys. Left tackle first, then right tackle, center, and then the guards. The guards are definitely lesser value. So taking a center over a guard makes a ton of sense. But just the way that they've drafted before, it's been all tackles, and they all play other positions. Besides Banks, who was the outlier, which I know I didn't see coming.
Nobody did. Nobody. Banks was shocked. Somebody took me that early? What?
It was that Drewski meme.
Oh, my goodness. It's true.
I like Banks, though. I do like Banks. I hope it works out.
Hey, it's
and I like Jurgen's nastiness. Like that's gonna be a fun watch for 49ers fans that like watching interior offensive line.
Just want to say thanks for watching and supporting the 49ers Rush podcast channel. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, please do so in the middle of the screen now. And here are a few extra videos if you want to check that out for some more 49ers content. Just want to say thank you. And as always, stay strong, faithful.